Hello, amigas! It's CandleBoom again. We're very happy to see you at our candle kitchen. This is our master Sofia, as usual. We're beginning to make something really beautiful and special right now. Hi, Sonia. What are we gonna do? We are continuing to create 20 centimeter candles. I want to keep going with one of our collections. Not sure which one exactly, but I'll decide in the process. For those who have tuned into our candle kitchen for the first time, I want to say a couple of words about what's going on. This is our candle kitchen, handmade, lots of candles, lots of colors, great patterns. Let's start. Right now, Sonia is preparing the equipment for work. She is mixing the colored paraffin, and then we're going to dip the candle base in there. I've decided to choose this collection and this candle, so this is going to be the prototype. So that's why we're going to begin with the blue color. Sonia, do you write down the order of the colors, or do you just look at the candle and repeat the colors? Well, if this candle has been made by me, then I remember the color scheme. But I would recommend those who only start to make candles to write down all the color patterns and schemes, because if it's been like half a year ago that you've made this candle, then it's going to be quite difficult for you to remember the order of the colors. What if I bring you like a t-shirt, for example? Would you be able to create a candle in the same color patterns as my t-shirt? Well, I will have to choose a shade, a tone that will be as close as possible to your t-shirt. But if, say, your t-shirt is red, this color palette is quite difficult to work with. And what if you take some picture, some photo, and you want to place the candle next to it? So can you make the candle in the same colors? Take the same colors and make the candle? Yes, sure, I can. That's great. So the more colors you have on your palette, the more chance there is that you can recreate a certain color pattern. Guys, so if you start counting the order and the number of colors that Sonia dips the candle in again, please write the number of layers in the comments. So you dip the candle in water and the layers get fixed, right? Yes, that's right. So the main thing for you is to leave no water drops on the candle base. If there are any water drops on the candle, you need to wipe them off. Use some cloth for that. If you don't do that, then later in the process, the wax is gonna melt down, get down, and you will get some kind of icicles, and you'll have to cut them off the candle. So I just want to remind, or to say for the first time for those who haven't watched the previous videos, that we are doing all that with the help of our new equipment. This is our newest product, Wax Melter Green. It's really complex and portable. Surely it's green, as you can see. It's perfect for some kind of workshops, fairs, some small events and entertainments. Such candles are really trendy and popular right before the New Year's, so you can do that in a shopping mall. You can even go to some schools or kindergartens, or colleges, just to show the children how the candles are made. And if we're talking about high school children, well, actually beginning from the 5th grade, I think, then you can let the children try and make a candle themselves. You're getting some kind of a vanilla cake again. Sonia, have you had breakfast? Maybe you're creating vanilla cupcakes because you haven't had any food yet. So it's your subconscious getting out. Who knows, who knows? I've already digested my breakfast, so it's lunchtime yet. Perhaps we need to work on a new color palette, a lunch palette. Soup shade or steak shade, something like that. I think I'm getting that kind of thoughts because we're at the kitchen right now, candle kitchen. How about making a burger candle? Burger has a lot of layers too. There is a bun, a meatball, some salad, a tomato, cheese. So, what do you think about a burger candle? Yes, why not? Technically, anything can be recreated. The icicles are growing up bigger and bigger. Sonia, if someone doesn't like the idea of throwing the icicles away, what can be done with them? Can they be useful? So imagine that we've just cut them off the candle, and while they're still warm, what can you do with them? Well, you can create some kind of extra decorations for the candle. So instead of using these kind of centers in the flowers or in the bows, you can just use these icicles. When you cut them, you'll be able to see if the colored layers open up and how you can use them. I just know that a lot of people who are watching our videos, they don't want to throw away these icicles, so. And they sometimes ask questions about how they can be used. Does it make sense in remelting them? No, it doesn't. Because all the colors are different and they're gonna be mixed up and you'll get some kind of strange brownish shade. So you have already dipped the candle several times into white Do I get it right that you are creating the covering candle? Yes, yes. I need the cover of this big candle and the cover of that small candle to be as close and as similar as possible. You don't have that many layers, do you? More often than not, we make them quite more. Is it warm enough? Yes, yes, it is. Can you feel the warmth when you're touching it with your hand? Yes, I sure can. It's really warm and soft. So right now we're cleaning the wick, as usual. Do not ever forget to do that. Now, cutting off the bottom. Oh my. Is it the first time you couldn't do it at once? No, no, it's not the first time. Sometimes I slip. Is it flat enough? Yes, it is. Yes, you can see that it's almost flat. A bit more work. That's it. Can you please show us the icicles? How they look inside? You can see on the inside what kind of color pattern we're gonna get. It's just the same as with this small candle. So you can cut these sausages or icicles and make some buttons. But the thing is, all of these buttons are going to be a little bit different from each other. But that's not bad, is it? Like, a little bit of non-symmetry will not hurt. Yeah, so you can put these buttons in the center of the flower patterns. Yeah, looks really cool. You can make a lot of buttons because you get these icicles each time you're making a candle. So just cut them in advance, put them in some kind of container or in a box, and then just take them out when you are making a candle of the same color pattern. Okay, so first of all, now we need to put the markings, levels, to mark the middle of the candle between the edges. But these marks, they're not going to be visible in the very end, right? Yes, yes, surely. That's why I put them in these places. If I put them on the edge, they will be visible between the elements. But this way, they're all gonna be hidden. Okay, so as always, we are carving all the edges at the same height, at the same level, and bending the elements one by one. The candle is still very hot, so you need to be really gentle because the elements can tear off and get damaged pretty easily. So as far as I know, it's better to take the petal at the very tip and then bend it. Yes. I'm using just one stroke, one action, and I give it the direction. Directing the tip of the petal. If you touch and bend them with your whole hand, you're not going to be able to bend it that easily. The temperature allows us to work with the candle for quite a long time, while it stays flexible and hot. That's a new element, right? Yes. There wasn't an element like that on the small candle. So is the pattern getting more difficult and dense? Yes, yes. This candle is twice higher. So the elements will be bigger, and I will add some extra elements as well. But still, the pattern will be quite close. So the difference between a small candle and a big candle is not only in the size, but also the bigger candle allows us to place more elements on it. Otherwise, it's gonna look undone. I'm repeating the same crown that we had on the small candle. It's a very interesting element. You bend the petal just a little bit and then you press it to the candle almost at the same place, but just a bit lower. So you need to cut all elements with the same width. They all need to be similar. In this case, you will be able to bend them correctly. Yes, but since it's handmade craft, some differences are inevitable. But it's okay. Just try to make them all as similar as possible. The final elements will also differ a little bit. One more? Yes. It's going to be double here. So the final cut that you're making begins at the top level. Yes, but you shouldn't touch the very top of the candle. It's not going to look beautiful. The cut will not be beautiful. Is it a roll? Yes, yes. We call it a roll or a sheep. So the top part of the candle is ready. And now we are gonna recreate the same pattern at the bottom part. So it's like a mirror reflection, yes. When we were making a small candle, we pulled the small elements of the bottom part to the small elements of the top part. But now we're gonna make the opposite. The reverse order. So the flowers will be placed on a different level. Yes. So we're gonna get the effect of one flower being higher, another flower being lower. On the small candle, we had a bigger flower, a smaller flower. So they're not gonna be very different in size, but in the level. Some flowers will be placed higher and some flowers will be placed lower. I think only a true professional can see that, because, well, customers usually look at the color of the candle. The color of the candle is really important, especially when you're making a whole collection, a whole bunch of candles. You need to make the colors as close as possible, and the patterns as well. So all color proportions have to be the same. I'm making the same kind of roll from the top part. The small candle doesn't have it, but the top part of our big candle has a lot of them. The mirror reflection, remember. Sonia, I'm still thinking about this idea of repeating the color patterns of some objects like t-shirts or photos or anything else. What if our viewers send us a picture of their candles? Will we be able to repeat them? Well, if we have enough colors, then yes, we will be able to do that. Okay, guys, then I can announce the following. Send us your pictures of your carved candles. We're gonna choose the best work, the candle that we all really like, and we're gonna make the same candle here at our candle kitchen. And Sonia will show how it is possible. Yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. You can send us some really difficult candles. That's no problem in that. We're quite curious to try. Even if your candle has some elements that we have never tried doing before, still send it to us. We will choose the winner and repeat your candle. The bottom crown is a bit thicker, because the bottom part of the candle has a bigger, thicker shape. I'm finishing off with the two elements, just like at the top part, but I'm gonna change their order. First I'll make a roll and then a petal. So we're really looking forward for your candle photos, and we'll cook up a candle according to your recipe, meaning your picture, your photo. You don't have to write to us what colors you used. Just send us a photo, a good quality photo, and we'll try to recreate the colors and the pattern. You're holding the candle with just one hand. Doesn't it damage the candle itself? Lots of people say that it's really difficult for them to hold it. Well, of course it's difficult, and of course you damage it just a little bit. But the thing is, the point is to hold it between the edges. Do not place your fingers on the edges, because you're gonna deform them. Some people think about using some kind of extra devices, but I think the key is just to hold the candle right, and everything is going to be okay. Okay, so I have some free space for extra elements, which I'm going to be making with a loop knife. I have more free space, more height, so I want to make the pattern a little bit more difficult. I want to put a bow tie. No, sorry, a spiral under each bow tie. Are you making the spirals one by one? Well, if I make different patterns on each edge, I will make a mistake. Each time I will have to take a look at the neighboring edge to see the level, so I will lose time and the candle will cool down. Yes, you really need to get a hold of the time and to optimize all your actions, so you spend less time and don't just waste it for nothing. But on the other hand, if you aren't afraid of anything and if you do everything correctly, then you'll have just enough time. Well, yes, you have to work fast, but don't make haste. Don't be in a hurry. You just need to carve a lot. The more you do it, the more experienced you get. Looks really festive, I think. These spirals, they bring in some festivity, holiday mood to the candle. Looks like caramel candy. I will put the element from the small candle in the middle, the cake. Yes, a little cake. All these elements are made with one hand. Are you working with your right hand only? Yes. Is it easier for you that way? Yes, it's easier for me. Of course I can use my left hand for that too, but I don't see the point in that. I think it depends on how you start. If you start with carving candles with your left hand, you're gonna keep doing the same. And if you've started with your right hand, well, you know. I can make the bottom element with my left hand. Well, yes, if you need to bend the element to the left, it's easier to use the right hand. And if you need to bend it to the right, it's easier to use your left hand. It's obvious. Anything else? Yes, the final element. I'm not used to doing this with my left hand. I mean, if I can do that fast and easy with my right hand, why would I use my left hand if the effect is just the same? What if you were challenged to do that? Well, then I would do that. So, all the elements are ready. All middles are at the same level. Okay then. Let's deal with the very top part, and then we'll be able to say that our mini set of candles is ready. A big one and a small one. Place the knife a bit deeper than in case of the small candle, because there are more layers here. The wick needs to be right in the middle, in the center. Otherwise it's not going to be correct. The candle is ready. Great. Perfect. This is how you create a candle collection. And for those who have already forgotten, or who began watching at this point, I just want to repeat that we want you to send us the photos of your best carved candles. We'll choose the one that we like the most, and then we'll try to repeat the same candle at our kitchen, and we'll tell the world about you. Do that. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.